This is the story of Betrayal, Heartbreak, and one of Latin America's most influential synth-pop albums. If you are into New Order, Pet Shop Boys, or even Donna Summer, and you never heard of Los Prisioneros, stick around. This Chilean band's 1990 album Corazones might become your next obsession. Formed in the early 80s under Chile's brutal dictatorship, Los Prisioneros gave voice to a silenced generation. Their early albums were punk-fueled manifestos of rebellion, protest songs of youth living under censorship, curfews, and fear. But by 1990, the dictatorship had ended. Patricio Aylwin has just been sworn in as a president. Chile was breathing again. And while the country looked forward, the band was falling apart. Behind closed doors, frontman Jorge González has started an affair with the wife of his best friend and guitarist Claudio Narea. When Narea discovered heated letters among his wife's things, he lashed out, physically attacking González. González later mentioned on a newspaper, "In Santiago, Claudio's wife, Claudia, got so close to me that I fell and didn't get back up for years. I fell deeply in love and honestly, I didn't care about anything else. That's how full of myself I was. I paid dearly for it, and it still hurts to have messed things up so badly. Claudio found out about us through some letters I sent from Colombia. He discovered everything. All hell broke loose, and the band fell apart in just 1 week. The friendship broke, so did the band, and González carried on alone, writing an album that was a public confession. González flew to Los Angeles to record with Argentine producer Gustavo Santaolalla. Known for his work with Molotov, Café Tacvba, and film scores like Brokeback Mountain, The Last of Us, Amores Perros, and many others, Santaolalla brought cinematic polish to González's confessions. The result, a lush, synth-laden record that turned personal pain into sonic beauty. Estrechez de Corazón, or Narrowness of Heart, speak of the secret desires, emotional suffocation, and the pain of relationships bounded by convention. When the album Corazones dropped in 1990, Chile's press wasn't kind. Many wanted a return to the band's punk roots. But slowly, the album found its audience in Chile and across Latin America. Years later, Rolling Stone would call it one of the greatest Latin rock albums of all time. Los Prisioneros continued briefly with their new lineup, but dissolved in 1992, though they would reunite sporadically in later years. González would later face one of the toughest challenges of his life. In 2015, he suffered a stroke that left him with lasting physical effects. Reflecting on the event, González said, "What happened to me wasn't a choice. It was fate. I deserved something bad. Too many good things had happened to me." He would go on and write a memoir, openly recounting the love triangle, the breakup of Los Prisioneros, and other pivotal events in his life, eventually returning to the stage for an emotional live performance. Okay, so now we're gonna record our bass, and for that I'm using the Juno 60. I'm using the patch bank number 17, and as you can see, I changed these 2 dots, means that I changed the preset. I never save these because honestly the Juno 60 is so easy to tweak, so I keep the original patch number. I just change the envelope, the frequency here, and the resolution of the BCF, and I took out the sub bass. That's pretty much it, and I think we have our bass, so why don't we just record? We have our actually arpeggio, and I was able to try to make it sound right because it was not really hitting the note or the sound that I wanted, but apparently now it's good, so we're gonna be able to use it. There's a very, if you hear that this part is gonna remind you of Donna Summer, I Feel Love, that was produced by Giorgio Moroder, so you're gonna hear a lot of similitudes here. Here we have a very fun part that is the arpeggio, and I'm using actually the same sound, and I'm just cutting, as you can see, the resonance, the decay, and I'm also, I think that's it, so we can hear it. I already programmed it here, so okay, so here we have our drum that we're gonna use for this song, Estrechez de Corazón by Los Prisioneros. And uh, this is actually a perfect drum machine. I don't think they use this one, but this is the typical 80s sound, you know? And also for the kick, I'm using a different one, which is this one. The hi-hats are different, so I'm gonna be using something different that is not the Kawai R50. Rather than that, we have a very nice kick and a very nice snare. So let's keep recording the rest of the track. Now I'm gonna record that hit between the intro of the song and then when it starts with the beat. Funnily enough, on the Kawai, I found an orchestra hit that is really good. The only problem is that it's tuned down. So I have to pitch that somehow. And I'm going to see if that works. If that works, we're going to have that part of the track that I think is missing and we will be fine. So I'm going to start recording actually right now. And let's see, let's hear it. You can hear it here. So this is perfect. And for the strings, what I did, it was use the Proteus one. I think it sounds actually really good. And then we have, I think is the choir. And those are the sounds that I'm going to use for the little arrangements that are in the song. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like this recreation. I am exploring a song of music that I listened when I was a kid back in Mexico, and this song was a huge hit. So if you haven't listened to it before, let me know in the comments what you think about it. For me, I think it has a lot of elements from New Order, the Pet Shop Boys, also Donna Summer, as you could hear in the bass. I think it's an incredible album. I highly recommend you to listen to the entire record. It's a great record. And if you listen to it, let me know when is the first time that you listen to this track. What do you think about Corazones by Los Prisioneros? And leave in the comments if you want any other recreations. What are you looking for? And I will be more than happy to explore those sounds. Thank you so much, and see you in another nostalgic exploration.